Yes, so it's true. I was able to go to school basically debt free. And I say basically because um, I actually did take out a loan. It was just a $3,000 loan though. I have it to pay back because of the more like the scholarships and financial aid that I ended up getting like as a refund check. So what it's beautiful because I live in California, and the school that I ended up going to is a Cal State. It's a university, a 4-year university. It just happens to be one of the cheapest ones. Um, yeah, that's Chico State, and tuition is I think 4,700 a semester, which is ridiculously cheaper than what some of like the UCs, for example, are, or some of the other bigger California state, like Cal State. Long Beach, for example, is a way more expensive school. So, but what I did is I made sure I was on top of scholarships. So in high school, I was a part of the Boys and Girls Club, and they had a like little sub program called the College Bound program. And so the College Bound program had some mentors that were probably like around my age right now or a little bit older, and they assisted with the students who were trying to go to college, and they would show them how financial aid works, and they would show them different scholarship opportunities. I ended up getting a $4,000 scholarship from the Boys and Girls Club actually for my freshman year, and so it was great that I got that freshman year because that was able to help me pay for living in on campus, because on campus living was one of the most expensive living, and like living in an apartment is way cheaper basically. And so I had that $4,000 scholarship. I also ended up getting a scholarship for in my city we get it's like a magazine, kind of like a newspaper almost, but like a newspaper magazine about the what city events are going on like in this specific city. And I was just going through it. It has like different activities. It talks about all the different local parks and local like events that are going on. And in a like little subsection, I found scholarship for African American students like living in my city. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, let me apply for this, because I was thinking like how many people are actually skimming through this. Like it was so random how I found it. And so I went to the website and like called them and stuff and made sure I got all the information, and I had to like send in like my transcripts and write a essay and all that, and I ended up getting it. Now something about scholarships is that there are scholarship like the mass websites like scholarships.com, or I forget all the names, but like just like the big ones, like when you Google scholarships, like the main top 3 that come up, there's like so many people applying for those, and I don't want to discourage anyone from going for that, but I do want to share my experience about that. Is I never got any of those. Like I spent so much time my senior year of high school applying for those, and then they're so impersonal. Like they're such big things that like you don't even get a rejection letter. Like I feel like for the African American, like the that one was for 1,000, by the way, the one that I found in the magazine. That one, like I feel like if I would apply to that and didn't get it, they would have at least like sent me something, because there aren't hundreds and thousands of people applying for that. And so I got a Boys and Girls Club one for under the College Bound program. So that was something that I was involved with. I got the one for my city for being a Black person going to school, and that was obviously very specific, and it was just a smaller pool applying for that. And then which other ones did I get? Oh, for my high school, I also got nominated for a scholarship, because I went to a charter school my last 2 years of high school, and they have donors that'll basically sponsor students that are academically like excelling or whatever. And so I got one of those, and that one was, I'm still so grateful because that one was a recurring one. So it was only supposed to be renewed for 3 years, but recently they told us that it'd be renewed for 4 years. So for my senior year, I also was able to benefit from that same same cash flow of like what I got every year. And that was, how much was that one? That one's like $1,700 per semester. So that helps. a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I think that's it for scholarships, but I also was able to get financial aid. Now, with financial aid, I think they changed the date from being like January 1st to when you apply to being in like October 3rd or like October or something. So just make sure if you're a senior in high school, or even a junior in high school, yeah, because I think you have to be like, I don't know, I forget, but make sure you have the dates of when these deadlines are for, because when it comes to financial aid, it's like a pot of money and it's first come first serve. So if you're applying first, then you're going to get the fullest amount that you're able to get based on your EFC, which is your expected family contribution. Now, if you're applying like later, it's like whatever's gone is gone and you're just going to get like the leftovers. So you want to make sure you're on top of it. This is money. Like, you don't play with your money. Like, get on top of it as soon as you can. I would recommend going to like your community centers, because the African American one for my city, that was something that my city provided. So if I would have gone to like a community center, I would have probably also heard about it there. So I would recommend for sure going to like your local community centers, where like a career centers or anything like that, or asking around, asking your council members, like that kind of stuff, because they know, and they also probably have sponsors and donors. Now, at your high school, I would definitely go. See, I know some high schools, because the high school that I went to for the first 2 years of my experience, that was also impersonal, and like I didn't know the college counselors' names, they didn't know my name. Like, it was that type of thing. There were 4,000 students there, as opposed to the school I transferred to, that had only 900. So there at the other school, they worked with the students a lot more on a personal level. Like, for example, just so that you can get an idea, like they would have it required to meet with the college counselor just so they can talk to you about what you were doing. Yeah, required. Like, and at my other school, you would have to go out of your way, and you would probably have to like fight for their attention and fight for some resources and help, which is okay, because if you really want it, because not all the students are going to be doing that. So if you really want it, like, you're going to be proactive and you're going to go after it. You're going to ask people about scholarship opportunities. You're going to ask people about grants, and but my whole thing was, so it helps me because my school wasn't that expensive in the first place. It also helped because it was in California, so I didn't have to pay out-of-state fees. That's something you want to consider. And also, yeah, just being proactive about scholarships. But I applied to so many scholarships on like the bigger websites, to no avail. But it did help me because I would write essays for each and every single one of them. Like, generally the prompt for what they want you to write and submit is similar, but some of them, like, they were still like nuances that varied, so it was very time consuming to do that. I would still say give it a shot, because they have certain ways that you can see like how many people, like, is it super popular or is it just like sort of popular. And what people will also recommend is that you're doing more specific ones that are tailored towards someone like you, because there's a smaller pool of people applying for them, so it makes sense. So that's what I did to pay for college. But I did take out a loan, and when I took out a loan, it was because I studied abroad in Costa Rica, and it wasn't that much more expensive. It was probably like $1,000 more to study in Costa Rica than it was if I would have stayed at my university at home. So but you spend so much money out there, like travel, like you spend a lot more, because during my regular semester I don't have to buy anything except gas for my car. I have CalFresh, so because if you're a student, it's like you better get EBT. Like, why not? Like, I don't care about all that pride stuff. Like, if I can get a free $200 a month, like, I'm gonna do that. So that's what I was doing, because I was eligible for it, living on my own, and so I don't have to pay for food. I pay rent, but my rent is cheap, because right now, my senior year, I share a room. But even then, like, since the place that I chose to go to college, rent was pretty cheap. So you could pay like $300, $400, $500 a month for your own room at that. And so I made it so that I wasn't going to be in like under too much financial pressure, because I almost went to San Francisco State. Now imagine that, because San Francisco is obviously way more expensive. So Um, Needless to say, it's also more like artsy and creative and everything, but I don't know. I didn't really know anything about SF at the time, except that it was like expensive. And I don't want you all to be discouraged financially about anything, because like for me it all worked out, and even studying abroad, like I wasn't completely sure how I was going to pay for that, but I was saving up. And like, so there's a thing that happens when you get financial aid. If your financial aid is ever able to cover the tuition and like all the fees and stuff, what is left over is going to get directed straight to your bank account through direct deposit. And so that's what I was doing for my college experience, and I would get like a few K's, so I would just save that up though, because some people would just like, like just spend their racks like right off the bat. I mean, that's cool. That's possible. You can totally do that. But, like, why not save up for a rainy day, like going to another country or something? So, I mean, that's just the way I was about it. I mean, I haven't been that financially competent throughout my college career, but I do try. Like, I really do try. And so right now I'm at the point where I'm, like, learning about investing and learning about, like, budgeting and just how am I going to like saving up and stuff, and how am I gonna like live once I graduate, because I'm not getting that financial aid anymore. And I still do want to travel though, but I want you all to understand that the money is not going to be an issue for you, because and they also have loan forgiveness programs. Like I've been finding out that there's so many ways that you can get your loans forgiven if you have taken them out and you don't want to like pay them, because there's like nonprofit organizations. So keep that in mind. Like if you're taking notes right now, like write that down. Like my loans can be forgiven, because not all the universities are going to be under $5,000 a semester. Like I understand that, and not everywhere is Chico. That's my school. And so yes, with that being said, go for it. Like be proactive. If you don't want to be going out of pocket, or you don't want to put yourself under like too much debt, then I highly recommend going to just go to local places, and even stores. Like even stores will sponsor you. Like if you write a letter, like just telling them like, my name is this, like this is what I'm interested in, like this is what I plan on studying. If you have any ideas for like maybe you want to start a company later, you could tell them all about that. Like just why would someone want to invest in you? Because there's so much money like out there. Like get that through in your mind. Like understand that there's so much money. There's so much available. There are people out there that are willing to give you money to help you achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. Like the money is there. There's so much money out there. They're printing money all the time. The money is there. If you don't have any money right now, that's okay. You can go and get your money. Like I promise you. Like I even plan on doing that. Like if I have enough money to sponsor a bunch of different type of students, I'm for sure going to be doing that. But it's like how is that person going to find me if they're not like kind of seeking? Like of course I'm going to try to make it sort of easy. Maybe I can print flyers and like put them around places, or through word of mouth. Hello. So like go to like, where do your parents work? Do they work somewhere where there's scholarships available? Like there's so many scholarships, especially for seniors in high school. Because once I was already in college, it was kind of like, like scholarships for sophomores in college. Like there's I feel like there's a lot, not a lot less, but I see a lot of scholarships targeted specifically towards high school students. But good luck. If you have any questions, like let me know, and I will try my best to help you out with that. This is a beautiful time though to live your dreams, and to find and to have the financial access to make that come true, and to be carefree, to be relaxed and with ease when you're doing this kind of stuff, because money can put a lot of pressure on you, and I understand that. So but yeah, good luck. Wishing you all the best. Ask me questions. Share with this if you want to. Subscribe and do the things like that. And I will talk to you later.